Today, Wednesday, the 2nd of April 2025, we have some hand-picked match prediction to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our upcoming games, which we are preparing to run for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with huge odds to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro plan or the Level 3 Master plan to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. Also, if you want to have access to our top-notch bet tutorial classes to take your winning to the next level, then you want to make sure to also join either the Level 3 Master plan or the Level 2 Pro Masterclass to have access to these features. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. So without wasting time, we want to say congratulations based on yesterday's event for We Registered Wins. And of course, I would like to share this event with you, but because of time, I will just proceed to share with you all the games we have, for we have a long list to share with you today. And I don't want to make this video to be very long. So I'll just go ahead to share all the games we have for you today. And if you want to check the result based on yesterday's event, then of course you just need to go to the video we published yesterday and compare the result we have. For the success rate was very high. Congratulations to those of you who make their picks from the list. And if you want to have access to all our handpick events, which we share to members only, then you want to make sure to join the Level 2 Pro plan or the Level 3 Master. And before we proceed to the event of today, I'll have a quick announcement to share with you. If you come here to the front page of our channel here titled as the Home tab, you're going to notice that we provide match prediction to members only in terms of the top upcoming events we share to members only, corner kick match prediction events, top 20 games upcoming, especially for the weekends, and so on, which our members are taking advantage of the huge list of games with huge odds to take their winning to the next height. For you to have access to these features, then you want to make sure to also join either the Level 2 Pro plan or the Level 3 Master. Also, if you become a member of the Level 2 Pro or Level 3 Master, for example, if you join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan, you're also going to have access to Level 2 Pro classes. This will give you access to the live corner kick strategy we have explained, step by step, a simple trick to make consistent win, never seen strategy for you to make amazing win result, straight win, and a comeback soccer bet strategy that will amaze you, the never seen tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy, and finally a 99% win rate strategy for members only. Once you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you have access to all of these top-notch video tutorials in one place. The link is below this video. So that once you watch these video tutorials, you start to implement the strategy and start making wins with this strategy we have explained. But if you become a member of the Level 3 Master, you're going to have access to the Level 3 Master classes. This will give you access to the excellent corner kick strategy we have reviewed step by step, the AI tool we use to find games in terms of straight wins and goals probability, the game changer corner kick strategy that revealed the top secret site we use and strategy we find corner kick events, followed by 6 amazing AI tools we use, and the home and away win match prediction strategy explained step by step, and 2.5 goal strategy to beat the bookies and win even more. Once you become a member, you're going to have access to these top-notch tutorial classes all in one place. The link is also found below this video. So that once you join as either Level 3 Master or Level 2 Pro, just go to the link below this video, click on it, and watch all of these tutorials in one place and start taking your winning to the next height. So without wasting time, I will first of all want to share with you that we also provide game prediction strategy to everyone. If you come to the video tab here and click on video, you're going to see that we also provide match prediction strategy for free, which you can also have access to it and benefited from what we have shared. For example, I will share with you some of the list of strategies we have exposed or explained to you, which you can take advantage of it. The first here I want to share is this particular one, which is right here, which we have titled it as, for example, we just recently released a new one, which is not just far ago. I think this is it here. Betting strategy, a deep dive. It is the first episode of this series, understanding match prediction strategy which you can use. We just published this 11 days ago, and you want to make sure that you also have a look at this and also learn some few things we have shared in this video tutorial. We have another one, of course, which you can also take a look at it. If you scroll across here, you're going to see we also released another one here 1 month ago, titled as a top 5 soccer prediction app being compared, which we shared some of the features. You can take advantage of it and see how we implement the features and make some picks using the apps we have shared. We have another one which we have titled it here as the expert tips winning strategy we have exposed. You can also take advantage of this, watch this tutorial to the end, and learn what we have shared to you for free, and also try to implement some of this strategy, and a lot more are found here. So you want to make sure to go across this and find some few to learn some of the things you can use for your advantage. So that without wasting time, we are looking at the first game in our today's list. Looking at the first event, we are looking at England in the Premier League. We are looking at Southampton playing against Crystal Palace. In this event, the performance of Crystal Palace, the away team, have proved to be very offensive in the recent event they have had, especially in the FAC, which is the England Cup, where they performed great. Also in the CF, which is the club friendly, they had a good performance, and in the Premier League as well, where their performance has been amazing, scoring 2 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 1 goal recently. Its opponent, on the other hand, have proved to concede very high amount of goals, conceding 2, conceding 4, conceding 3. The defensive line is not very tight. Looking at the stand performance in terms of the form of the home and away comparison, the away Crystal Palace have proved to have a very strict, very high defense and an offense, which of course is better. Having played 5 events at away, they have had all 4 wins and they have had 1 draw. That's a very good play. Having a very tight defense, they have not yet conceded any goal. But if you look at that of the home team, Southampton, they sit right here in the last place with a defense that is very open. They have conceded 17 goals in just 5 games played. They have not had any win yet. The defensive line is not good. And the fact that the away team, Crystal Palace, have a very tight defense with an offense which is at least better as compared to that of the home. We are looking at Crystal Palace to take advantage of the very weak defense of the home, as well as taking advantage of a tight defense. So want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we are looking at Crystal Palace, the away team, to have the upper hand to either win or to give it a double chance. And of course, since its offense and defense are better compared to that of the home, we look at the upper hand for Crystal Palace. So 2 picks, Crystal Palace to lead or Crystal Palace a double chance. This is our major pick for this particular event gameplay. Looking at the next, we looked at England in the Premier League, Man City with Leicester. Of course, Man City in the recent event they have proved to be better as compared to Leicester. They had a game against Brighton, 2-2. In the FA Cup, 3-1 against Plymouth. Against Newcastle, you can see they had a win, 4-0. Performance have proved to be better in recent event. The Leicester, on the other hand, concede too much number of goals, conceding 1, 2, 2, and 4. If you look at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they have had, the form of Man City in the recent event they have had proved to have a very high offense. They've had 5 games played, 3 wins, scoring 13, conceding 6. But that of its opponent, based on the recent game played they have had, they sit in the 17th place with a defense that is not very tight. And of course, looking at everything in place, we look at Man City to take advantage of the not tight or the weak defense of Leicester, and we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. In this particular gameplay, we are looking at least the probability of 1.5 goal here in full time, since the defense of one side is very open. And of course, we also want to look at the home team to have an upper hand to either lead in full time as the next pick for this particular gameplay. So look at 2 major picks. 1, the home to either lead or to just look at the possibility of 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Switzerland in the Super League. We are looking at Sion against Winterthur in this event. The performance of Sion in the recent event they have had have proved to score at least 1 goal, 2 goals, and 2 and 3 goals in each event. Recently, in each game, they at least score between 1 to 2 and even 3 goals in each event. Winterthur, on the other hand, proved to concede. The defensive line is very weak, with a very high weak defense. But of course, they even try to score at least one goal in each of the events with a very weak defensive line. They are coming to meet for this particular tournament, which of course both of the two sides want to impress. And looking at the stand performance comparison, Sion, based on the recent event they have proved that they do not have a very tight defense, but the offense is good. That is not that very offensive, but of course, with these 8 goals scored in 5 games played, prove that they can have a goal against Winterthur that have a defensive line that is not very tight. Also, at the same way, the away Winterthur, on the other hand, have proved that the defense is very, very open, and as a result, goal probability is the option we want to look at. Looking at the comparison of these two, we want to look at 2 major picks here, or just 1 major pick in full time. For this particular event, since the defensive line of the away team is not very tight, and that of the home do not prove to be very, very defensive, of course, at least 1.5 goal is our pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Turkey in the second group, that is Turkey second league. In the white group, we are looking at Batman Petrolspor playing with Karakopru. In this event, of course, the home Batman have proved to be very, very offensive, scoring 2 goals, 1 goal, 4 goal, 1 goal recently. This same here, as you can see, that of Karakopru is very weak in the defensive line, conceding 2-1-1 in the recent gameplay they have had. Looking at the strength, stand performance by the form and away, the form of the home and away, the home team have proved to have an offense which is good with a very tight defense. But that of the opponent, as you can see, the home 5 game played, scoring 9, conceding only 2. Defense is very tight. But that of the away, in terms of the recent event they have had, proved that the defense is not very tight as compared to that of the home. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the defensive line of the away is weak, and the offense of the home is good with a very, very tight defense. We look at the favorite for the home to either lead or to give it a double chance as our major pick in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll still look at Turkey in the second league in the red group. This time, Menemenspor, playing with Giresunspor. In this event, Menemen, in the recent gameplay they have had, proved to be very offensive, scoring 2, 3, 2, and 5 goals in recent event they have had. Its opponent is just a very weak defensive team. The defense is very weak, conceding huge number of goals like 4, 4, 5, and 2. Looking at the stand comparison in the recent gameplay they have had by their form, the home Menemen have proved here that the offensive strength is better. They sit on the second place. They have had 5 games played at home with 4 lead, scoring 14 goals and conceding 7. They are the second highest scoring team in this table after Serik Bol. Of course, they have had 16. But therefore, the home Menemen is very offensive. If we look at that of its opponent, the defensive line and offense is not very good. And because the away concede too much number of goals, 19 goals conceded for just 5 games played, we look at the home to take advantage of that very weak defense of the away and want to look at 2 to 3 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, everything being put in place, we are looking at the home to take advantage of the very weak defense of the away to lead in full time as one of the major picks. And we are also looking at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals in full time. This is our major pick for this particular event gameplay. Looking at the next, we want to look at Cyprus in the Division 2 Championship. We are looking at Zakakiou against PAEEK. In this event, the home team, Zakakiou, have proved to be better, scoring 2, 1, and 3, and also 2 and 2 in the recent event they have had. The offensive line this year have proved to be very offensive. That of PAEEK, on the other hand, just proved to concede very much with a very weak defensive line, and we look at the home to take advantage of that. Comparing the stand form performance by the strength, the home have still proved that they sit on the second place after all Nicosia, having played 5 games at home, all the 5 lead. They have had 10 goals scored, 2 concede. That's a very high defense and good offense. But if we look at that of the away team, based on the recent event they have had, PAEEK just proved to be very weak in the defensive line. Conceding huge number of goals, we look at therefore the home to take advantage of this weak defensive line, as you can see here. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, everything being put in place, we are looking at the home to be the upper hand, to lead in full time as one of the major picks. And as well as at least since the defense of the away is weak, at least we look at also the possibility of 1.5 goals in full time. This is our major pick for this particular event. 1, the home to lead, and also at least the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time for this particular gameplay we are looking at. Looking at the next, we looked at Ghana in the Premier League We are looking at Asante Kotoko playing with Berekum Chelsea in this event. The performance of Asante Kotoko have proved to be very offensive, scoring 2-1, 1 and 2 in the recent gameplay they've had in the Premier League and also in the Cup. But that of Berekum, on the other hand, just have a very weak defensive line, conceding a very huge number of goals, conceding 2, 2 and 2 and 3. And of course, looking at the stand comparison in the recent event they have had, the form of the home have proved that they are the one toppling this table. Sitting on the first place, they've had 5 gameplay with all the 5 lead. They've had 10 goals scored and just 1 concede. That's a very high offensive trend and very, very high defense. If we look at that of the away in terms of the recent event they've had, the away just proved that the defense is not good. And this is a good pick for the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away. And since the home defense is very tight, we look at the fact that they are having the possibility of leading or to give it a double chance. So look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the defensive line of the home is very strong, and that of the away proved that the defense is not good. We look at the home to take advantage of its better offense to lead in full time as a major pick against the weak defense of the away. I also want to look also at double chance so we are looking at 2 picks here. One, the home to lead, or to just give it a double chance. These are our 2 major picks here in full time. Looking at the next, we look in the Ghana Premier League, but this time Dreams against Bechem United. Looking at these, Dreams, based on the recent event they have had, proved to be very better comparing to that of its opponent. The defense is also very tight for Dreams. They don't concede much, and they do either score between 2 to 1 goal, but the defensive line is very tough. Bechem just proved that the defense is not very great, and they do concede very much. Comparing the stand performance of this by the home team, after Asante Kotoko, they are the next in defense and offense. Having played 5 games at home, all the 5 lead, scoring 9 and conceding 0. They're very good in offense and good in defense. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, have just proved that the defensive line is not very tight. You can see conceding 9 and the offense is weak based on the way. And looking at everything in place, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the defense of the way is very weak. We look at the home to take advantage of that, to lead in full time as one of the major pick, or to also give it a double chance. This is our major pick for this event. And to those of you who want to have access to our upcoming huge list of game prediction we are preparing for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with huge odds to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure to join the membership package plan, either level 2 Pro or the level 3 Master, to have access to our handpick event and top-notch tutorial classes to take your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video, so that once you click on it, navigate and join to become a member to start having access to these features to take your winning to the next level. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.